Who's that? What you don't
Hey,
understand
what you don't
is
understand is
that's
that's
Jet
Mark
Steve
Blanchard over
Wisegow.
there.
Jet Steve Wisegow. Yes, give us a hand.
Here's a hand.
All right, thank you. You know what I'm going to give him to start out with? I just took one.
Oh, what is that you got there?
What I got here is nature's of, you know what? It's not nature's.
It's Garden of Life.
Garden of Life. The
By the way,
Garden
move
of
your
Life.
head.
Doctor formulated probiotics. It is unbelievable. Last night, I was thinking a little, who knows? Maybe I don't need it. I wake up this morning, I take it. I said, wow, it's almost like instantaneous love. That's
Instantaneous love. Look at that.
See?
Probiotics.
That's how good probiotics are. Because
Nature
how
of
are you
life.
gonna how are you gonna do any kind of loving if you got all kinds of churning going on in the belly and stuff and things that might come out the wrong way?
Then you're gonna end up in a room by yourself.
That's what I'm saying. So there it is.
There it is,
my friends. Okay.
All right.
We got that. Now,
hey, swivel your seat a little. There you go.
I like being in the middle of the.
There you go. Yeah.
Angelic light.
You need all the angelic help you can get.
Right. I need it.
So, yeah, you do.
So there it is. By the way, did you notice this?
Hold that up again there. Too much sauce. There's no such thing.
Too much sauce. That's what it is for everyone else, not for us.
Yeah.
While we begin this morning with Jets, Jets.
So,
all right.
This is easy stuff.
What do we got? We got another day.
Another day.
Another no Aaron.
No problem. Not a problem.
And everyone's saying, okay, I watched this morning the AFC coach conference with our boy Salah.
Bob Salah looking jacked, dude.
Jack, man, he's looking. Oh, look at that. What about that right there? Okay. I stay in shape. This arm can still throw.
Bob Salah's looking jacked.
Not I throw with my left because.
So what did they say?
So he was going on and on about, first of all, how it's not his thing to say, but contracts take this way and they're worth it because you got to make sure everything is smooth, blah, blah, blah. It's JD's. That's a Joey D.
Yeah.
Thing. He deflected pretty well.
Well, he's supposed to.
Then they hit him with, well, when do we need him in let's say the if turns into when, and you get him. Yeah. When do we need him in the camp? Does he have to be there for the? Well, he understands the system already, so it's okay. We got to get the other, but we would like him. And then they said, well, when would you like him in camp? He said, well, I would have liked him 2 years ago.
Yeah, well, no kidding. Okay. I would have liked him 2 years ago.
He said, but
by the way, Bob Salah saying that, and there's little Zachy in the corner. Getting smaller and smaller.
So then Zach came up. Now that very good interlude there, young man.
And what'd they say?
And there's not many people who can call you young man. I can.
You can. So what did they say?
So Salah says, we've been on the phone all the time. We've been contacting. He's working his tail off. He's in a good headspace. Blah 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 blah. Blah. Please, Karen, come home. It's basically what it was saying.
Basically what it is.
But that we're happy about his upside. He hasn't even touched an iota. Now listen, I agree with that. I think the guy's going to be a long-term good quarterback in the NFL if he takes this time to really mature. I was thinking of the word maturize, and so I said mature, but maturize is correct. If he takes this time to maturize, all of a sudden, you got a different animal there. And he's ready. After we have what? Two what?
I don't know.
You don't understand is the number 2.
Yeah, what is it?
What you don't understand is the number 2.
So tell me what I don't understand.
I'm going to tell you.
Garden of Life?
Garden of Life.
That's one thing. I understand that.
Okay.
Yeah.
2.
Yeah.
Super Bowl victory for the New York.
1 or 2.
Football.
So listen. 1. So listen.
What's that?
What's
that?
That's the
What's
only
that?
11.
Or 1
1-1.
plus 1.
2.
Thank you.
Look at you. You do the like that.
That's
Ooh.
what it was.
So,
Look at that, huh?
yeah, look at that. I Zach Wilson, he may not be recoverable for us. Maybe somebody else. He's going to be in his 3rd year. They're going to have to decide at the end of this year whether to pick up his option or not. I don't see how they could, which means he plays his 4th year here. And when Karen is gone, and hopefully we have a Super Bowl in the trophy in the case, then it's fine. If we don't, then we're back to square one with
we
this
would pick
kid.
up his option next year then, and we would know.
No, you can only pick it up at the end of this season.
Oh, at the end of the 3rd
which
season.
Gives you 2. If you don't pick it up, then he runs it out.
So through the 4th, and it's over.
Through 4, and then you could cut him after 4.
So because the 5th
roll.
year, they got to pay him something if they pick up his option. That's the thing.
They're guaranteed to pay his 5th year, or somebody is when we trade him.
In the trade or whatever.
When we trade him.
I think they'll do that for him because he's such a fine young gentleman. And you notice how much the team was behind him last year.
Oh yeah, they were behind him.
Yeah, they were so behind him. They wore different jerseys.
They were so behind him. They lapped him, and then they were in front of him. That's how far behind him they were.
Yeah. Well,
yeah,
he's coming. Okay. Well, what else?
Oh, he's coming, and he's coming. Probably, we make the 13th pick in the draft unless Joe can trade down, which I hope he can, but I don't see it happening because I don't see some guy being there at the draft that another team
word is
wants.
they're looking for linemen. That's the word.
Well, we should get one at 13, but we could even trade down and get another good guy in the between 15 and 20. But I think we're going to stay at 13. After we make that pick, anytime between that and the Packers make their pick at 15. So when the Packers are done making their pick at 15, anytime between then and the next day, when we're almost on the clock, is when this trade will go down.
Now, do you think the Packers might trade up for a quarterback?
No.
Do you think they're into this Jordan Love kid?
100%.
Okay.
They're up to here in.
Listen, I don't care. I hope they are because I don't want it to turn around that after we make our pick and we don't have a first pick to give and everything else we hear from the Green Bay Packers, trade is off.
Good.
Aaron, you're starting.
Good. First off, that's not going to happen. Second off, they were never going to get a first rounder from us. Next year, they may build in this conditional thing, but that's performance based. So whatever.
We love
which I'm fine with. If by some miracle he gets us to the Super Bowl, they can have next year's first.
Please take it.
All right. Let's see. Odell Beckham Jr. signed with the Ravens for a ridiculous amount of money.
And they don't even know that they have Lamar. I guess this is their way of enticing Lamar.
Yeah, they're kind of chumming the water.
Yeah, but I mean, listen, that's an impasse. He doesn't have an agent. Okay, we'll talk about another team because it's out of our division for 1 minute. He doesn't have an agent.
Yeah.
He is injury prone. He wants all his money guaranteed. That's never going to happen from anyone in the NFL, and it has nothing to do with.
Well, it would. If he hadn't had these back-to-back seasons, he'd have a better leg to stand on.
Yes, but he has a leg to stand on. That's what I'm saying.
That's his problem. But he's doing himself.
And the only reason I allowed this discussion to go further because that would have been almost as bad as talking about, and I don't know.
No.
Whatever that other.
I don't want to talk about that.
Yeah.
Bottom line is,
what if we take him still?
Take who?
Lamar Jackson.
Now, see, I'm a big fan of. I'd rather give Lamar Jackson not a fully guaranteed contract, but like a $200 million over 5 years where he gets 4 guaranteed because he's 26, as opposed to 1 year with Karen, who's going to be 40.
30, I think he's 32. Aaron Rodgers. No.
42.
Oh, he's almost 42.
No,
Okay.
he's 40, dude.
He's 40 years old. All right.
And he's
I have a third option because I'm getting a little bit nervous here about him coming.
he's coming.
Okay, I got one more option.
What's that?
Apparently, the Vikings have now said they may trade Kirk Cousins. There's you see the best quarterback in the NFL?
Oh God. Listen, I would rather go.
Is he better than what we have in our locker room?
But that's a low bar to clear.
Yeah, and he cleared.
Yeah. So I would rather have this is a good question. I would rather have Karen for 1 year than Cousins for 2.
I agree.
Because
Cousins you get to the playoffs twice and you don't get into the Super Bowl.
Yeah, I mean, at least with Rod Karen, there's a slim chance once you get into playoffs, you could advance.
The upside is for sure the Super Bowl with Karen. 100%.
It's a one-shot roll but I would rather have Lamar. Everybody's like, oh, he's not worth it, blah, 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 blah. Whatever. The bottom line is, if he's 26, he's a game changer when he's on the field. Yeah, 2 years in a row he's gotten hurt. This past year, I think, my belief is, if he had signed that contract last year, he doesn't sit out with this injury. I think he plays.
Well, I kind of agree with that.
You know what I mean?
I think so.
But that's a whole nother story.
That's
but
another
for the Jets,
story, it's the wrong team, because the team we're talking about, what you don't understand is we don't sway from Jets, Jets.
So he's coming.
That's
the
about
deal
it
will
right
go
now. I
down.
don't leave it alone. It's kind of getting boring. You know, everybody on the social media to the media to the sports networks are all talking about when. Show me when.
I'm telling you, I just told you when.
No, I'm saying when you show me, then there's conversation. Right now,
I'll tell you one thing. I'm just gonna laugh
of a different aura.
Yeah, I'm gonna laugh my butt off when these Packer fans realize they're not getting what they think they're getting. Anyway, before we switch gears, you want to talk about the Knicks? Because I'm out of that jurisdiction.
I'm going to tell you something.
Talk about the Knicks. Let me put on my Knicks hat.
There it is.
There's my Knicks hat.
All right, there we go. Let me bounce it. Okay, good. All right, Knicks hat. Let me tell you something about the Knickerbockers. The Knickerbockers on Saturday, 5 days from now, 4 days from now, 5 days from now, 4 days from now, on Saturday, 4 days from now. What you don't understand is Saturday is 4 days from Tuesday, because there's Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday.
Right.
Okay, now you learn. What you don't understand is the Knickerbockers.
Yes, the Knickerbockers
are in the playoffs, baby.
I know that.
Playoffs, sitting number 5, very comfortable. And I'm going to tell you, of all the teams they could have matched up against for the first round, getting their feet wet, getting momentum, this is the team. Even though they got the guy that they wanted, Donovan Mitchell, they got him, and he's a hell of a player.
Oh, he's a great player, but they overpaid.
And he's not as good as the combination of Jalen Brunson, Randall, and the band of Bad Boys. New York.
No, K. Starts with the K.
New York Knicks. Knicks. The Knickerbockers, baby. That's what we're talking about.
All right.
Flip into that. We're talking, and I'll tell you something. I was wondering if Derrick Rose is going to be on the roster. Apparently he's on the roster, but I haven't seen him play in months. So I don't know Tibbs
loves him.
I know. So I would keep him for the playoffs, because you never know when you need some kind of,
I agree.
Veteran stance there.
I agree.
You got him. Barrett's been playing like crazy. And I'll tell you who's the surprise. Not quickly, because he's probably the 6th man of the year, but he's not a surprise. It's Obi Toppin.
Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Obi Tabibi is going wild.
Yeah. About time.
It is. And maybe just in time.
Maybe
Because
just in
that
time.
gives us another guy off the bench. Because that first series is going to be won by the top 8 guys.
Yes.
I think we have 8 of 9 better than theirs. The Randall, Mitchell, okay. Brunson, Mitchell, okay. Maybe he's a more explosive scorer. I would rather have Brunson leading my team. Maybe he's a better shooter than Randall. Randall's a beast. I don't know if I trade him for him. So there you go. This is the Knickerbockers. I'm excited.
You look excited.
Look how excited I am.
You know what? I got a feeling you're excited because you're in balance right here.
Right here. You know why I'm in balance right here?
Why are you in balance?
Too much sauce. You're wrong. Because even if I eat too much sauce,
even if you eat,
it doesn't matter because Garden of Life probiotics is here. 25 billion. Yes, and I know you asked me yesterday, is it really billion? Yes, it's billion with the B.
Billion.
Okay, more probiotics than Uncle Steve has dollar bills. More. In this.
How many are in that? How many?
25 billion. Although
debatable.
Something tells me that's a debatable figure.
Something tells me Uncle Steve's got a few accounts in the Cayman.
He's got some, not these put away.
No. I mean, I'm sure he has a closet full of that.
I've already told him, you better take this.
Yeah, I got to take it.
I sent him a Twitter.
Speaking of Uncle Steve,
let's move out of Garden of Life. Metropolitans.
So yesterday,
listen, we finally beat a team other than the Marlins this season.
Well, not only that, but listen to this little beauty.
We shut out one of the best offenses in the major leagues.
But listen to this beauty.
Tell me.
Okay.
I don't understand.
Are
you about to tell me something I don't understand?
More than likely, what you don't understand is that yesterday was the 35th start that Darvish made against the Mets. The Met, with between the Cubs and the Padres
or whatever,
and every other team he's been on. It's the 35th start he made against the Mets. In 34 of those starts combined, he gave up 5 runs. In 34 of those starts.
No.
Yes, and never lost. But yesterday, he gave up 5 runs and his first loss against the Mets.
So it's all over. What you're telling me that Darvish's career against the Mets is over now. We broke the monkey. We shed it from the back. If they happen to make the playoffs and meet us, they're done. We don't get Darvish again.
That was big. I mean, the guy was 34-0 up until yesterday.
But still the bottom of that. Now I noticed yesterday that Marte wasn't it.
No, I think it's concussion protocol.
Concussion protocol baseball style. Like they give him a couple extra days or something.
Give him a couple extra days.
Okay.
Yeah. Did you see that hit? You see that when he did it?
Oh my God. It broke his glass.
Broke his glasses.
Up and knocked his helmet back to second base.
And then Keith went on a tirade about head first slides and all that.
He hates him.
He hates him.
He hates him. Keith hates him every single time. Wow, that head first slide. You know what I'm saying? That head first slide. Listen, I played baseball and I still play baseball. And it's the same rules as they now have, because they've changed so many rules that we actually have the same rules in our men's league. But it is wood bat. It is full speed pitching.
Full speed pitching.
Yeah, because I don't know if you can call
it. By the way, Scherzer yesterday. Looking good, dude.
Yeah, young Scherzer. He just needed to figure out that. I'm telling you, some of these pitchers are having more trouble with the pitch clock and what they're doing with that, and it's throwing off their rhythm. And a guy,
but he's one of the guys. He likes it.
He does like it, but
he likes it. I think with him he's finally this is his 3rd season where he's going to have to rely on not throwing in the mid to upper 90s and just throwing in the low 90s. And I think, yesterday was him just going, okay, fine. This is what I am from now on.
And they didn't get a hit.
They didn't get a hit.
I mean, they did.
Well,
they got one.
They got one hit.
Yeah, they got one hit.
Off of him.
But that was big.
But yesterday.
And let me tell you something. This head first sliding.
Yeah.
We brothers. I never used it. All through high school, college, never. I never used the head first slide. And, I would bet they'd throw me in as a pinch runner, even though I was a pitcher because I was fast. Apparently, that's gone. I'm not fast anymore. I'm so not fast that in my mind, I'm still lightning. I mean, in my mind, I'm Trey Turner.
Among other people.
Yeah, well, all over. I'm Willie Mays.
Very crowded in there.
Yeah,
very crowded.
I'm a little bit of everything.
Yeah, so, I'll say.
That being said, I never used it. I decided to try to use it 2 seasons ago for the first time.
Didn't work out.
Well, first of all, I didn't take into account that the field I was playing on, the sand, the dirt,
delicious,
is not sand or dirt. It's like cement.
Is this the field on Olympic?
Yeah, the high school, we play on the high school field on Olympic. So I come in for the head first slide, right?
Yeah.
Here's the base.
Yeah.
I come in, bang, bang, bang. I reach with my hand. Here's the base.
Yeah, yeah. That's like in Major League when he slid and he was, yeah. So by the way, what I did notice yesterday, it was a point that you brought up, and I disagreed with you, and I still disagree with you. Buck did a nice job with the pen yesterday.
Yesterday, I'm going to give you.
Did a nice job.
Give him props. Yesterday,
but I will say this:
I have not been happy with his pen.
He did a nice job yesterday with the pen, but it still shone a glaring light on how much we're going to miss Diaz, and we're going to need to get something. And you know what? I forgot to mention this. I don't want to forget again. So I'm going to circle back to opening day on how great Uncle Steve is. Diaz got injured in the World Baseball Classic, and they did opening day. They go through the whole staff. Then they go through all the guys on the bench. Then they go through the whole starting lineup. And then Howie Rose takes a pause, and he says, and there's one more guy we're going to introduce. And then they hit Timmy Trumpet on the music from Narco, and on crutches in the dugout, Edwin Diaz top step waves. Citi Field went monsters. That's an Uncle Steve move.
It's totally Uncle Steve. Uncle Steve, listen, he is in the mindset of what this. I'm going to take this historic.
Hey,
Uncle Steve, what you don't understand.
What I don't understand.
What you don't understand.
Let me buckle up.
Put it on, Recaro. You better put
buckling up. Oh, two like this.
Thank you. Okay.
I'm buckled up.
What you don't understand is Uncle Steve understands what not only baseball, but what America was built on. Okay, that's right. It was built on free enterprise. It was built on respect the younger man, the little man, respect them and let them build up. Don't hand them out garbage, little tokens. Let them work for it. And that's what he says. And if you do, I'm going to reward you. That's what Uncle Steve says. So I'll pay you the numbers you're looking for. Get there. Work your way up to that place. It's going to be there. You know why? Because I respect hard work. That's what Uncle Steve says. And he respects it all the way down the line. He showed they brought out the concessions workers. They everything. That's what Uncle Steve's about. Uncle Steve is an American.
He is an American. Uncle Steve.
Thank you. Uncle Steve.
So I just wanted to bring that because it was just a lot of owners would have just said, don't bother bringing him in.
Who cares? They're a little
peons. He's not even going to play this year. Who cares? Anyway, so the Mets are now back over 500 against a actual team, which was nice to win.
That's right. Do we win tonight? We got a big game.
Good.
Peterson is going on. He hasn't looked good yet. He looked like he was unhittable in preseason. Let's see if he can straighten it out now.
I heard an interesting story about that guy. This is an unbelievable. You talk about mental toughness being important on the pitcher's mound, and we've seen pitchers, guys who don't pitch, like last year when we had Taijuan Walker, who goes completely cuckoo when he starts losing it. And Peterson does it. And I heard very interesting story why.
Steve Matz used to do that. Matz used to do that.
8 years old when his father died. 8.
Ugh.
And he had a baseball game the next day after his father had passed away at a baseball. And he comes downstairs in his uniform. He's 8. And his parents are like,
well, not his parents. You mean his mother?
His mother and the rest of the family.
Oh,
you don't have to. David, you don't have to play today. He's like, no, I want to play. I want to play baseball. Dad wants me to play baseball. I want to play. And he basically, at 8 years old, was able to take this traumatic event, put it aside, and go out and play baseball. And I think, if the story is correct, I think he pitched a no-no at 8.
At 8.
At 8.
His dad. Okay,
so
that just earned him another level of respect.
So I respect the guy.
This guy might, because I started to think maybe the problem was his mental, because he's got every pitch in the book. But this is mental toughness you're talking about, and it started young. He's going to shake off here's my prediction. He's going to shake off last week's game, which wasn't good at all. He's going to find his form after the second inning. He's going to give up a run or two in the first 2 innings.
Okay.
He's going to look a little shaky, and he's going to give us 6 more strong.
There you go.
Strong.
Hey, listen, Kodai Senga started both games crappy in the first inning and then shuts it down.
Boy, did you see his
I'm waiting for Cookie to start that.
Did you see his pitch?
The ghost fork?
You can't see it.
Yeah.
Where'd it go?
Ghost.
Where did
See the guy hanging the ghost?
I want to know.
Strikeouts?
I think Cookie, I think he's having a big problem with the stock.
Yes.
Because
that's a guy who's having a problem.
I think he's having the biggest problem because he's not getting his fastball over the plate.
I agree.
So they're not so they're not swinging at it, and they're looking for his curveball, and when it's a little flat, they're taking it to the moon.
Yeah, I agree. I think he's
not getting having an issue. And his best pitch, that change, which reminds me of a right-handed Santana sometimes when he throws that change, because it just kind of dies.
Yeah.
It's not a strike. So they're laying off that too.
They're laying off it.
They're looking at 2 pitches. Is he going to throw the slider or the curve? So 2 breaking balls spinning similarly. Similarly.
That's correct. Yeah.
Too much sauce, baby.
Yeah. Look at that.
It's like I had too much sauce. But
well, that's possible.
Yeah, but if I do,
that's possible. Garden of Life.
Thank you.
Garden of Life.
Probiotics. How many?
Probiotics.
How many active cultures?
I'm going to say over 1 billion.
How about 25 billion?
25 billion.
How about 25 billion CFU guaranteed?
Every time you say CFU.
CFU.
Yeah,
okay?
yeah. I think
CFU
of
something else altogether.
I think somebody.
And I'm going to tell you about CFU the next episode.
Yeah, well, I think to me it's like
you don't understand.
FU.
Sometimes I hold back info.
By the way, don't hold back info. And speaking of info, not to hold back, got any pearls of wisdom for us today?
Oh, what do you think?
Of course.
Okay. I have a pearl of wisdom. Let me tell you something about this pearl of wisdom. Okay? This pearl of wisdom that I got for today. What you don't understand is
I don't understand this.
No, what you don't understand is I've already applied it.
This is good.
To the day.
This is awesome. What is it?
Okay? I'm going to give you a pearl of wisdom. Okay? as you know, well, before I go to the Pearl of Wisdom, have we covered enough Metropolitans this morning?
We have.
I predict a 6-3 victory tonight. How about that?
Okay.
Okay, there we
Yep.
go. Pearls of Wisdom.
Pearls of wisdom.
I'm a married man.
You are.
You've been a married man.
I have.
We have children,
We do.
2 of which of mine are of the female species.
I have one of those.
That's 3 women in that circle to be. 3 women to be. Well, mine could be considered women. They're both adults. At
Correct.
this point, 19 and 21. They're young and all. But I've stayed married for the entire time. And the pearl of wisdom I give you boys out there that want to stay married. And some of you don't. And let me give you a pearl of wisdom. That's the better route for most of you. Okay. For most of you. But if you happen to have met the love of your life, and you happen to
Nice save, by the way.
what?
Nice. A nice save.
That's part of the pearl of wisdom.
It is.
To have met your significant other, splitting heart, mending to
Soulmate.
one, everything, love of your life, and I have.
You have.
And we call her the booty wife.
Well, you do.
And some others, they don't call her the
Listen.
booty wife, they call her the booty. I'm the only one who gets to call her the booty wife.
Right.
She's up visiting her mother in Oregon today on her bad leg that we've talked about repair.
Yes. Yes. Yeah.
And I had a bunch of gripes of things around the house.
You?
Me.
You.
Disarray everywhere. Because for a 3-day trip to visit her mother where she's not going to do anything except that, everywhere. I held back from commenting on it during the tornado. So much so, I took a drive just around the neighborhood, just for the point to not be here while I had to watch that. Came back saying, you know what? I'm going to suggest that we tidy up a bit. Prior to letting that suggestion out of my mouth, I ate it.
Good for you.
I swallowed it. And this morning, when I visited my office, it came out.
So what's the pearl of wisdom?
So the pearl of wisdom, if you want to make it last, not this much, but that much.
Off screen.
Out of the screen to beyond. I'm going to ask this, I'm going to send this pearl of wisdom as a question to you. Do you comment on what could be perceived as something they, your significant other, not they, one turning into two, okay? We had that discussion. They, meaning everyone's significant other. Do you mention, if that other is a female, that might not be a good idea, that this might be the way to do things, that this is what you should do instead of that?
This is what I like to frame as you pick and choose your battles.
Thank you. My pearl of wisdom this morning is you pick and choose your battles. And so far, I have found that there are 0 battles you should pick. If you want to go the long distance, and I do, this is how many pick. Because let me tell you something. You think, oh, this is the one. I can win this one. This is the one I'm going to get. She's going to say you were right, I was wrong. No, she's not. She's not saying that. And that's what you love about her. Did you want to marry someone who's wrong all the time?
No. So there it is.
So the pearl of wisdom is, guys, chill a little. If you love her, if she's still got curves that you love, if she's still got skin that you love, if she still smells like you want her to smell, if she does things for you that make you feel woo, 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 if she's got the je ne sais quoi.
Je ne sais quoi.
If she's got it in any of those, if she's got them all. Chill, dudes. Take your complaints out where they belong. In baseball, in basketball, in football. That's where you make your complaints. So, pearl of wisdom, just let it be.
Let it be.
Let it be.
Let it be. All right.
And if it bothers you, that
Bothers
you
you.
be too much, grab a Garden of
Don't
Life.
internalize it.
Don't. Take this.
Take Garden of Life
Better. You're
probiotics.
gonna have a nice little flowing remove situation. Out it comes.
Very nice. Out
So
it
there
comes.
it is.
All right. Well, that sounds good to me.
Thank you.
Guess we'll have to see you next time then, huh?
You will see me next time, because what you don't understand is I'm Mark Blanchard.
What I don't understand is I'm Jet Steve Weisgow.
You don't understand that. So much so.
No, I
you
think I
applaud.
do.
But there are things we do understand. And that's what we let you guys know.
And let you know. And
So
until next time, adios.
Jets Metropolitans, let's effing go Mets. The Knicks, baby. Woo! See you.